Okay, so today we're going to look at frequency tables and circle graphs. What you see in front of you is a frequency table. These are results from a survey. I'll give you a couple of seconds to copy this down. Maybe ask the teacher to pause the video while you copy this down. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to copy this information down, this table. It's a little survey of a certain amount of kids. 38 people said that their favorite food, it looks like, was pizza. 18 students said subs, 15 said salad, and not surprisingly, fries ends up with the biggest number. So ultimately, I'd like to produce some information about this. I want to get the percentage and a circle graph. So the first thing we need to know is how many people were surveyed. So if we have 38 who chose pizza, 18 chose subs, 15 chose salad, and 79 chose fries, we would simply add those up. And I did 38 plus 18 in this, 15, 79, carry the 1, and we get 150 total students. So this would be the total. We need to know the total in order to figure out what percentage of this group chose the various subjects. So we'll use our information, or not the various subjects, various foods. So we'll use what we learned about percentages the other day to figure out what percentage chose pizza. So we know 38 students of 150 gets us the amount of the percentage that we have. So it's 38 out of 150 chose that. That will get us a decimal, and then of course we would multiply that by 100%, or the 100, I guess, just 100. Multiply it by 100, and we would go to our calculator and just say 38 divided by 150 equals, there's our decimal. You should be able to look at the decimal and know what that percent is, but of course if we multiply it by 100, it will put it into the percent that we have, and we have that it's 25.3% chose pizza, so about a quarter of them. Similarly, you can do the same math for the others. 18 divided by 150 times 100. I'll leave it to you to see that that's 12.0%. And I've done the math for the other ones. Actually, this one's easy. 15 divided by 150 is 10%. And you can verify on your own that 79 divided by 150 times 100 is 52.7%. Now, a good way to make sure that we've done this is that all of these percentages, the 25.3, the 12.0, the 10, and the 52.7 should add up to 100% because we've considered all of them. So a good little error checker is to just go and make sure that that's true. So I'm going to clear this and say 25.3 plus 12 plus 10 plus 52.7, and we do get the 100. So we seem to have done everything correctly. Now, the other thing we can figure out is a degree. If we were to draw a circle graph, we would need to know how many degrees of the circle each section would be. So this time, instead of finding the percentage of all the people, we're going to find the percentage of 360. And I'm sure we know that the reason we're doing for the percentage of 360 is because a circle is 360 degrees. So we need to know how many degrees that 25.3% is. So we'll use, again, from what we had before, we know it's the percentage of 360. So we have the percentage right here. but when we use it to do calculations, we're going to divide it by that 100 and get the 0.253. That's the percentage in a decimal that we need to use for calculations. Remember, of course, that of means times, and we're taking 0.253 of 360. So we'll go to our calculator, clear that one. You can confirm that 25.3 divided by 100 is that 0.253. We already saw that. And we're going to go times 360. We get 91.08. Now, if we were actually going to graph this, I don't think we could use our protractor so accurately that it would be able to get 0.08 degrees. So I don't mind if we round this to 0 decimals. And I think it was 91.08. So we're just going to make it 91 degrees. And that kind of makes sense. 25.3 degrees is about a quarter of the circle, and a quarter of a circle is 90 degrees. We can continue on with the other ones. So 12% is 0.12 times 360. Clear. 0.12 times 360. We'll round that to 0 decimal places and go 43 degrees. 10% of 360 I actually know is 36 degrees. And you can check on your own that 52.7 is 190 degrees. Again, if we add these up, they should equal a full circle, and it should equal 360 degrees. So I'm going to check that. 91 plus 43 plus 36 plus 190, 360 degrees. So a quick way to fill out a frequency table and get us the percentages for each food item, and then what those percentages look like in a circle and how many degrees it would be. Now I've taken the liberty to draw this out. We're not going to draw the circle graph right now. I'm sure you've drawn lots of circle graphs in grade 7 and 8. The point of this exercise is to practice the percentages. So filling in the frequency table is what's most valuable. But here is an example of that information. Of course, we've got the salad being here, the subs. Pizza, I think it's a rule that if you're going to do a circle graph and one of the items is pizza, that you make it look like a pizza. I mean, I think that's a rule that has to be true. And I even have my little fries down at the bottom. And we have all 4 of those things drawn in a circle graph.